Hey yo, this is your boy Ricardo back again with yet another video. Thank you so much for tuning in once again this week for Wisdom Wednesday, Living Life Significantly, where we encourage and inspire you with real life stories, real talk about my own life and also the lives of other people that impacted my life. So this week, I'm going to be talking about legacy. The importance of legacy and leaving a legacy behind for the next generations to come. So before I get into that, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel as yet, what are you waiting for? Or if you know somebody who would benefit from it, just give them a nudge to do that. So I want to talk about legacy. Do you know the dictionary defines legacy as a will? You know, a will that parents leave behind for their children's children. But also legacy means something that we pass on to the next generation. I'm going to be talking about that. You know, 2004, I went to the United States to do summer camps, working at a camp called Camp Wonderland in Boston, Massachusetts. And I remember that these camps just changed my life, and I just, love the input that those people has really invested in me and what they've showed me. But this particular week we came to the end of the week, and we had some time off, and we went into Boston, into the city center, and went into a bookstore to go and find us some books. And I came across this book by a guy called John Maxwell, one of the great leadership gurus, and his book called A Journey from Success to Significance. And success is adding value to ourselves, but significance is adding value to others. And I remember reading this book, and I said to myself that I want to be known for somebody and as somebody who living a life significantly adding value to other people. And my legacy is to leave something behind that the next generations can build on from. So there are two people I want to talk about today, legends. Number one is my mother, my role model and my friend. Let me introduce you to this amazing woman. She might be tiny, but she's dynamite. I remember, a single mom raising 5 children. She instilled values in us. And I remember my mom said to me, Ricardo, I am not raising you for me, but I'm raising you for the world. And I remember that, that growing up in a time called apartheid, for some of you who don't know what apartheid means, it was a law that prevented black and white people to come together, live together, segregation. And I didn't know the magnitude of it because my mom never talked about black or white. She always raised us to treat people with respect and dignity. But the second person I want to talk about, before I talk about this person, there are so many people who are no longer alive, who are legends and people who left legacies, from the great Mother Teresa, the Rosa Parks, the Shakespeare, the Martin Luther King, and the Nelson Mandela. The second person I want to talk about is Nelson Mandela, the man who really impacted my life as well. I remember 1990 sitting in front of the TV when he was released from prison. And my mom said to me, she said, Ricardo, today there might be a bloodbath in South Africa because of what has happened. And this man comes out and his message was reconciliation, forgiveness, equality, peace. And that just blew my mind. And I was just so fixed to this man, Mr. Mandela. 1993, he won the Nobel Peace Prize, and 1994, he became the president of South Africa. I remember his message when he spoke. He says, never and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will once again experience the oppression of one by another. 1995, Mr. Mandela used sports to reconcile a nation and bring equality I remember it was just crazy. We played against the world's best team, the All Blacks, the New Zealand All Blacks, and we won on that day with Nelson Mandela wearing the number 6 Springbok t-shirt of the captain Francois Pienaar at that time. That it was just incredible. When we won, it wasn't about black, it wasn't about white, it was about this legacy that he lived with. You see, in order for us to leave a legacy, we first have to experience and live in the legacy. So whatever you want to leave behind is what you need to give and what you need to live with at the moment. 1996, we won the African Nations Cup in soccer. And it was just another incredible moment. Mr. Nelson Mandela would go early in the morning to the hotel where the players was, and he would go and encourage them. You see, I want to say to you that it takes one man and it takes one woman to be the change they want to see in order to leave a legacy. South Africa went on to win 2 other World Cups. And the last World Cup, Rugby World Cup, we beat the mighty England team. You see, but to us, it wasn't just about winning a World Cup. To us, it's always more than the World Cup. It's about reconciliation and bringing a nation together. So thank you so much to Nelson Mandela for what you have done to the nation and for us. And also for my mom, I want to say thank you for being a woman of strength. My question to all of us today is, what legacy are you leaving? What is it that you want to be known for? For me personally is, I am in the UK and I want to leave a legacy of encouragement, of equality, of joy, of peace. And that's what I want to leave to the next generations. What are you leaving? You have all the gifts and talents and the ability. Be all that you can be and leave the next generation with a gift. This is your boy Ricardo signing out. Much love. Peace.